everybody, how's it going out there? This is the Frugal Gamer. I decided to just do my question and answer video right now. I'm actually on the way to Diversity Thrift. Thought I might take you along for the ride. And I'm only going to be reading these questions when I have a time, like a chance to stop. I don't want to be reading them when I'm driving. Luckily there's a lot of stoplights on the way over there, so I should have plenty of time. Alright. Apologize for the bumpiness. Alright. So, the first question for my 100 subscriber contest video, question and answer contest. It's from Electric Adventures. What is the defining game for you on the Genesis that spurred you to like the system so much as to try for a full game collection? For me, I would say, I bought a Xbox 360 a couple years ago, and I've been going on the Xbox Arcade, or Live Arcade, and I've only played a couple games, or actually only bought a couple of new games in the last couple of years for the Xbox. I bought Red Dead Redemption, which was an excellent game. I love that. The expansion pack with the Red Dead Redemption Night of the Undead or something like that, I can't remember the name of it. But that was pretty good too. But, I bought that, I bought BioShock, a couple other games. Enjoyed them quite a bit, but mostly, I used my Xbox 360 to play retro games. I would just buy and download these retro games. So I would say the game that I played the most, the one that really inspired me to start collecting the Genesis, was Sonic 2. I downloaded that, I played it, tried to beat my score. I had a really, really good time playing that game. I remember playing Sonic 2. I got it for Christmas back in the 90s. When I was a kid, and I just had such a good time with it that I decided, hey, you know what, I really want to start collecting the Genesis, maybe get a Genesis console and start collecting. So that's really, I think, a few months ago, that's when I made the decision to start collecting. It was because of that Sonic 2, because of the Xbox Live Arcade version of Sonic 2. Boy, I'm not getting any stoplights here. It sucks. I have a lot of memories of the Sega Genesis, and it's really it's 90% nostalgia why I'm collecting for that. So and also the rest of it's like I started the collection. I just want to keep going with the collection until I'm finished. I just want to get everything. I guess I'm sort of like a pack rat in that way. I just have to get everything and own the whole collection. I won't be satisfied until I do. I'll probably never own a complete collection, as far as, the peripherals and everything. Boy, these stoplights usually are bad, but I'm hitting every green light here. Anyways, Lost Gamer is the next question. Has there ever been a game that you got completely mad by playing and tossed the controller at the console? That's an excellent question. Ooh, a red light. There's a couple actually. Recently, I was playing Trials HD for the Xbox 360 and got really, really, really pissed off in some of the harder difficulty ones. And yeah, I did kind of toss the controller a bit. Yeah, the controller didn't break, luckily, but the batteries flew out of the back and everything. And I immediately after I did it, I was like, "What the hell am I doing?" I felt kind of ashamed. Luckily, there was no one else there to see me. I remember back in the '80s when I was really young, my dad had a Commodore 64, and he had one of the Ultimate games I used to play, and it was on a 5.5-inch floppy disk. And I got so mad at something, I can't remember exactly what it was. I guess I just died during a battle. And I got so pissed off that I took the floppy disk out and crumpled it up to the point like into a little ball and just sort of let it go. And it was I did it, you know, I completely ruined the game, but I knew I was going to get in really deep trouble for that, so I took the floppy disk and I put it in the middle of a really big book, like a dictionary or something, and I sat on it, and that actually kind of flattened it out a bit, and I popped it back in to the Commodore, and it actually worked after that. So I know my dad probably, I mean, you could still tell it had been crumpled up. I know my dad probably, I can't remember exactly, he probably did get mad at me, but I can't really remember. It was so long ago. All right, I have a cop behind me, so I'm going to stop recording for now until the guy is like nowhere near me. The next question comes from Anonymous Revelations. How long were you in the Army, and what rank were you? I was in the Army about, or the Armed Forces at least, for about 5.5 years. From 1995, end of 1995 to early, or actually, no, late 2001, I believe. That's when I actually ETS'd, which is, you know, when I actually finished my enlistment. I got out a little bit earlier because I had leave saved up. And I was basically, for the most part, I was a E4 when I got out, sort of, which is like it's called a specialist, or, you know, if you're not commissioned, it's corporal. But I was basically just a specialist when I got out. Traffic here sucks. He also asked another question. It said, what game did you think you were going to hate, and once you played it, it became a favorite? Well, there is, you know what, there is a game, it was way back. It was a shareware game that I got. It was called F-15. Yeah, it was F-15 Retaliator, which is basically, I'm not a big flight sim person or flight combat person. I don't really, you know, really enjoy those games all that much. I like the space sims, but not the just regular fighter jet type games like Ace Combat. But F-15 Retaliator came out early 90s, I believe, and I ended up playing it. My friend had played it, and I was watching him play one day. It didn't look very good, and he gave me a copy. I took it home, installed it, and this is one of the earliest games that I remember going and connecting to somebody over a phone line and playing like head to head. And we would, you know, we'd log on, we'd take off, and we'd just have like a battle head to head. And boy, I'll tell you what, I guess, you know, that was a game that I didn't think I'd like, but I did end up loving that a lot. I have a lot of fond memories of F-15 Retaliator. It was an old DOS game. So yeah, I guess I just had to think about it for a second. Oh yeah. Slam your brakes, why don't you? Alright. Next question. If you could listen to one video game series soundtrack for the rest of your life, which video game series would it be? Ooh. I had a video game series. I guess I would have to say probably the Zelda series. Either the Zelda series, or I don't even know if this counts, but like the Rock Band or Guitar Hero series, I guess, because I like a lot of rock and roll, classic rock. So yeah, I guess I choose that, like the Guitar Hero, Rock Band type of series, because I listen to that music already. So I mean, it wouldn't be much different, if that counts. I don't really know if you can really count that as a game, in a sense. It's sort of just like an interactive, I don't know, I guess you can call it a game. The one lyrics. What's your favorite console from your childhood? Sega Genesis. The Gamer Freak 5150. What was your first console? What is your favorite and why? My favorite, like I said, is the Sega Genesis. My first console, I think, was probably the NES, I believe. We never had an Atari 2600 or 7800 or whatever. But before the NES, I believe we did have like a Commodore computer that we had plugged in, some sort of Commodore video game system. Someone just nailed a rocket in my damn window. A Commodore system that we could plug into the TV. I believe that was before the NES. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. But I'll just say, you know, I guess the NES is the first one that I really remember playing a lot of. And it is a great system, and I can't wait to actually own one and play some of the old games I remember. I would say overall, that's probably my second favorite console. Would be the regular Nintendo. And there's a cop up there, great. You guys just can't leave me alone. Asian Sleepy. Have you ever wanted to build an MAME main arcade cabinet or convert an empty arcade cabinet into one? Not really, because I'm on a budget. That'd probably take a lot of money. Anyways, about the arcade cabinet, I've never really wanted. It costs too much to do that, and I would probably, if I did ever want to own like an actual arcade cabinet, there's only really two that I really want. One of them is Double Dragon, the original arcade, the first one, and the other would be what's it called? Dragon Slayer. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I love Dragon Slayer. I love the whole experience. One of the first games I remember watching my dad play in the arcade in the early '80s, probably when I was like 5 years old. And it's just a really cool game, a Laserdisc game. Next question, LV Pepe, 38. Yeah, sorry about that. I know you just made a video about how to pronounce your name, but I'm like driving and trying to read at the same time. What got you into game collecting? Same thing. I kind of went over that before. I was playing a lot of the retro games in the Sega, or not the Sega, the Xbox 360 arcade, and yeah, I just really enjoyed that and decided I wanted to start collecting. I just haven't had any luck with red lights. I believe this is the road. I'm gonna hit a green light here, watch. Nope, good, I have a second. Just 1 second, probably. Business 17, love this question. You have 30 seconds to calculate, or sorry, I'm gonna have to hold off on that one. Freaking light turned green. Usually I'm not complaining about green lights, but you know, in this case it's not good. This guy's going slow as shit. Can you speed the fuck up? Move your ass. He's going what? 20 miles an hour? Yeah, okay. This is like a 40 mile an hour speed limit here. Oh, I hate these people. People just don't know how to drive. Yep, and figures he's going my way. Fantastic. I'm gonna pass his ass as soon as I get by this green light. Idiot. We're actually almost at the Diversity Thrift, so I might as well just kind of take you the rest of the way here. Oh, and I missed my turn. Turn around. I just totally fucked that up. Really trying not to look at the camera or anything. I'm just trying to pay attention to driving here. Alright. Someone slow down a little bit here and read this. You have 30 seconds to evacuate your house, and you can only take one item off your gaming shelf. What do you take? Very tough question, and what I say to that is basically I would take as much as I could that were gifts from my family and friends. This is the Gay Community Center of Richmond, Diversity Thrift. It's a thrift store, and they donate their money to gay and lesbian charities, I guess. And usually they have a lot of good games. There may not be a parking space. It's usually pretty busy here. Yeah, if I had, you know, a short amount of time to you know, pick out games or game from my shelf, that's what I would do. I'd get whatever I could that was given to me as a gift from my friends or family. Alright, move your ass. Okay. I am here and I'm alive. There's a donation drop-off. Diversity Thrift. Sorry, I mean, it's not a better answer to that, but, you know, I can't really, you know, I mean, it'd be nice, you know, that's what I have to say. I don't want to, the people that give me gifts like that, I mean, it's, more important than anything else I could buy, I think. It has more meaning. Nintendo Love 27. What is your favorite Game Boy game? I never, you know what, I owned a Game Boy at one time for a very short time. Don't know what happened to it. The only game I had for it was Tetris, so that's what I have to say, Tetris. And I did play the hell out of it. Mr. Death Smiles. Is there one video game system you have absolutely no interest in, even at a good price? Very tough question. And at this time, the only system I have no interest in collecting for or owning is the original Xbox. And that's just because I'm just not interested in it, really. And actually, you know what, anything, well, not just the original Xbox, I think. Because I have a 360, and there's no real point to own an Xbox because most of the games, I think, are just, they're compatible with the 360, so there's just no point. Not that the Xbox is a bad system, it's just that, you know, I just have no interest in, or no need to really start collecting for it. Retro 1X Gaming, what is the cheapest gaming item or gaming related item you have ever bought? I would have to say, you know, I've only been collecting for a few months here, and the time I picked up the Nintendo DS Mario case, and there were actually three games in there, 2 Pokemon games and a Super Mario 64. You know, trading those in for over $50, I mean, and I paid like 20 cents for the case. That was a really good deal. That was probably the best gaming related item I've ever bought. Got my GameCube for basically $2, so that wasn't a bad deal. And I got Dead Island as well, so pretty cool. The 8-bit mofo. What is the earliest memory you have of playing a video game console? The earliest memory that I have playing a game console, and it's not even really a game console. It was an old, I think it was like a Radio Shack computer, and this is really, I mean, this is like early 80s. I must have been like 4 years old or something. I remember playing some kids games on that. And I don't know what happened to that computer. My dad might still have it, I don't know. Maybe he just threw it away. Who knows? That's the earliest time I remember playing an actual video type game. Other than that, I'd have to say, like, console wise, I'd have to say Mario. Mario.com. Hap is fine, and you posted this question right before I left. What is your best pickup so far? Ah, boy, hard to say. I love all my Genesis games. I'd say the best pickup for nostalgic reasons. Well, you know what? Actually, I'd say the best game, the game I've had the most fun playing, would be Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That's the best. That's the one I've had the most fun playing so far. The one I've played the longest period of time, sitting there for hours playing that. So, yeah, that's definitely what I would say is my favorite gaming pickup. System-wise, just the Sega. You know, I'm having a lot of fun with that. Dreamcast wasn't really a big deal for me. I only got that just to basically give it away for my contest. Yeah, so if I get any more questions while I'm out, I will, I'll try to answer them in a different video. But if not, all these people that I've answered your questions, you're going to be entered in my contest for the stack of loose carts that I showed off in that video. And I'm glad you came along with me for the ride. Have a good rest of the day, everybody. This is the Frugal Gamer, and I will talk to you later. Hopefully I'll find something here that's interesting. Well, I picked up nothing. They had nothing here. Sucks. I might go and check out a Goodwill, which is kind of far away from here, but I got time. It's like only a little bit past noon, so I might as well go do something productive. I'll give you an update then. What a beautiful day. I should have recorded that video when I was on this street, because there's just a huge amount of red lights here and I always get stuck at them. When there are idiots like that just pull out right in front of you. Yeah, hey, do you want to come along for a ride? You're going to hear me like cuss everybody out. There's going to be a lot of cussing. I'm on what's called Broad Street in Richmond right now. Richmond, Virginia. Basically on the way to a Goodwill. There's two Goodwills on the way here on Broad Street, but the first one's kind of small and they never have anything. Although the first time I went there, I picked up that weird PlayStation 1 controller, the fishing controller, which is probably actually worth something. I paid like $2 for it. I thought that was, at the time, I thought that was a pretty good find. And as usual, I have a cop on my ass, but I don't even care at this point. There's so many red lights, it's like... It's not as if I'm not paying attention to the road, I'm not even looking at the camera. Beautiful day, cloudy. It's kind of funny how, like, as I'm collecting, how my opinion of different games and different finds has progressed. From me thinking that, oh, this is a great find, like that fishing controller, and now it's just like, yeah, get in my lane, asshole. Now it's just like, yeah, that wasn't really that great of a find, I moved on from collecting just about everything I get my hands on to collecting mostly just games, and I haven't really been collecting a lot of peripherals, haven't been collecting a lot of controllers. The Diversity Thrift, when I was over there, they had a couple PlayStation 1s with the connections and everything, and they wanted like $6 for it, and I guess I could have grabbed one, but I'm just not in the mood for buying one of those right now. Although it would be nice to play some of the PS1 games I have and be able to save them. One of them did have a memory card. Yeah, you know what? I guess I should have kind of picked that up. Senko. Verizon 4G. Yep, Broad Street. It's not a very exciting strip of road, especially with all these mother effing red lights. traffic on these, on this road is really bad. You get a little bit of sprinkle, a little bit of rain, and people slam their brakes like that, and they just don't know how to drive in the rain, even if it's just a little sprinkle. It's a fucking disaster when there's like a, little bit of snow or flurries. People going off the road. Traffic jams. If there's even the remotest chance of getting like a dusting of snow, just fucking stay inside, because you're probably gonna get in an accident. Someone's probably gonna rear end you, or it's just don't even take the chance. It's even worse further down south, like in North Carolina. They are just not used to driving in the snow at all. I've never really taken any of you on a trip with me before, so I guess it's kind of cool. You get to see some of the Goodwills I go to and everything. Making a little video outside of the house. I might actually, after I go, if I don't find anything at these two Goodwills, I might go to Play and Trade, which is near here actually. Lots of good stuff off of Broad Street. Mustangs. There's Title Max. They do title loans, and actually that's legal in the state. I don't know how they get around it. I hate those scumbags. Those like payday loans and stuff like that, I really hate those scumbags. Charge exorbitant interest rates. Ripping people off. Ripping people off for a living, that's what they do. Ripping people off that don't have money and they're in a desperate situation, so they take advantage of that and rip them off. Let me get into this lane. Taking a chance getting into this lane because there's going to be a lot of fucking right-hand turner people that slam on their brakes to make their turn. Probably going to delay me a bit. Hey look, it's a storage. Extra space storage. Funny thing is, I run a storage facility. That's what I do for a living. I've been doing that for about 7 years. I might tell you guys some stories about storage auctions sometime. I don't know, people are really excited about storage auctions lately, it seems, because of that Storage Wars show, but it's really not that exciting. And those shows are probably pretty much staged. I've only had a couple cool things that people have found in the storage units that people abandoned. We had this one big, it was like a 12 by 30, big 30-foot long unit, big wide 12-foot door, and we opened it up. The guy just stopped paying his bill. Opened it up, took a picture. All that was in there, what it looked like to us, was just a bunch of boxes, and it was stacked up to the ceiling. So we did the whole auction process and everything, and the day of the auction came, we opened it up, and people are, the people that are at the auction, they're shining their lights in there, their flashlights, and they can't go inside the unit. They have to stand outside and kind of look and just kind of gauge what's in there. And people, they like the boxes because it's a mystery, there might be something cool in there. So a lot of times if you get a unit with a lot of boxes, it'll go for a good amount of money. So they start bidding, and it gets up to like $700, and I'm amazed. It's like, wow, that's a pretty good amount of money for, you know, just boxes. And you know, the guy that won it for 700, he's starting to unload the boxes, and he's like, oh man, some of these boxes are like completely empty. It's like, why would someone do that, you know? So he's taking the boxes and taking them down and everything, and behind the boxes was a 1969 Mustang Cobra, or a Mustang. It was a stock car, and in really good shape, and it ran and everything. The guy won the whole unit for 700 bucks. And I guess with the guy that had the unit, he just put the boxes there as like a wall to hide the car, because usually when someone rents a unit and wants to put a car in there, we have to get their insurance, title, registration. I guess he was trying to hide it from us, and who knows what happened to the guy. But that guy who bought the unit, they got a pretty good deal. Damn good deal. I'm debating whether I want to go to this Goodwill or not. I never find anything there, so I don't know, I might just skip it. Go to the one that might be vaguely interesting. Yeah, fuck it, I'll take a chance. Why not? It's right over here. It says another extra space storage. Got two of them on the same strip of road. And there's the Goodwill. I don't know if you can see the sign. It's that white sign up front. The hell was that? Yeah, stuck in traffic trying to get to the Goodwill. Doesn't look like there's that many people there in the parking lot. Sorry for the quality of the audio if it's bad. I really need to get a video camera, but I just can't afford it right now. Goodwill store. Here I am. And it actually is quite a crowd. I don't know why there's always a crowd here. There's like nothing. Nothing at all. And we're here. I'll let you guys know if I find something. What do you think? Tempted. Well, somewhat happy that I went there, because I did pick up something. All right. Going to the next Goodwill. See you there. All right, here we go. Into the next Goodwill. This is actually the bigger one. I usually pick up a lot of good stuff there. I found one thing there that I picked up at that last Goodwill. I was actually surprised to see anything there. I usually don't have anything, just a bunch of crap. It never amazes me the crowds that are always at these Goodwills. Even though, you know, as far as I can see, they have nothing, you know, that I would want. rain let up a little bit. Just ran a yellow light. There's a guy right on my ass. Right on my ass. So I hope you're enjoying this. This is something different. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because there's going to be a lot of red lights here, so I'm just going to turn this off for now, and when I get closer to the Goodwill, I'll start recording again, so you can kind of see where that one is. See you in a little bit. Alright, I believe we're getting a little bit closer here. Is that it? No, that's Bargain Depot Discount Furniture. Walgreens. Lots of car dealerships on this road. Hooters! See if we can see any of the right waitresses. I didn't see anything. Oh, there's the Goodwill. I was going to try to sneak past that. Alright, well, we're here. We'll go take a look and see what they got. Be right back.